I am Erica Leon of Erica Leon Nutrition and Associates, and I would like to introduce my awesome associate, Simone Weingarten. And Simone, just maybe you could share a little bit about what you do, the kind of clients that you're working with right now, and sort of maybe even a little bit about the other job that you have, because I think it's of interest that you work at Clementine. So tell me about you.
So I do currently work at Clementine. It's an eating disorder facility, residential for adolescents with eating disorders. So I started as a dietitian working with sports and athletes, working at Auburn, working at North Carolina State, and then went into eating disorders starting with Clementine, which I've been doing for the last 3 years.
So, you know what? I want to go back to that. You said that you started out as a sports nutritionist. So if I were to say, Simone, maybe some of the kinds of clients you really enjoy working with, would it be athletes? You said athletes. We're talking about weekend warriors, or should we be talking about like Olympic level? Who are we talking about when we say athletes?
Really anyone from elementary school level up, anyone that plays sports at a training level that is a decent level, so more than like PE class, that needs to learn how to eat to sustain their performance or to get better at their sport. Most elementary, middle school, high school kids don't have dietitians for their sport. There's not really a dietitian until college. Or the adults who are doing like the weekend warrior, like any type of that, like marathon training or biking or any of that, that would be that wouldn't have a dietitian either.
That's good to know. And I have noticed that there are quite a few athletes, and I don't want to make a blanket statement, but we are seeing more and more eating disorders and disordered eating in clients who are at competitive sports levels. Can you just tell me a little bit about that?
So there are athletes learn how to eat based on things they find on Google, and for an athlete, it's actually really the complete opposite. For any person, it's the complete opposite, but for athletes, it's a big difference. It's not about eating less to be able to succeed at a higher performance level. It's actually the other way around. And I think that a lot of athletes don't realize that, so then they kind of get stuck in this cycle, and it adds to a lot of, when I'm training, I have to eat this way. When I'm not training, I can let loose, and just eating disorder behaviors become really prevalent at that point.
Yeah, thank you for that. I think you're right. I think what I see that too, is that it's so hard to imagine that an athlete would need to eat so much food, so many calories. Much more than we would ever imagine what we hear in the media. You're right. Thank you.
I don't just work with adolescents that have eating disorders. I also do work with adults, whether it's through you or through Montanita, which is the parent company of Clementine. So I do work with a lot of adults through Montanito as well, even though my primary facility is adolescents.
Got it. Okay. Thank you so much for agreeing to talk with me. I really appreciate it.